guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angie. So every day we are getting closer and closer to Thanksgiving, and this year it's so early in the November month that we're only a few days away now, and I just kind of wanted to put us on the right path for Thanksgiving. I know holidays can be a hard time for everyone. I'm not sure what's in the air, but people just get shorter with others. They're more stressed about everything. And I'm hoping to kind of make this video about de-stressing, especially when it comes to family during the holidays. So my kind of idea of family, I think, started to become exactly like everybody else's in the United States, where they started dreading the holidays because of the family time they had to spend, which is bizarre. If you really think about it, you dread time off of work, school, to hang out with your loved ones. And I understand that everybody's family is different. It's so funny because my family, every single holiday that I've been around for, not my nuclear family, but my secondary family, always, I'm not trying to point fingers or anything, but they're always oh my gosh, we gotta make sure that this is a peaceful holiday. And then they fight over the dumbest shit. Dumbest stuff. Again, sorry, Poppy, sorry. I get so unnerved by the silliest things. Sometimes somebody will, every once in a while somebody will bring up politics. Mind you, we all vote the exact same way. We all vote for the same people. And they'll be oh no, we can't bring up politics because that causes conflict. And and I sit there and I'm why are you causing conflict over causing conflict? Because if we all agree, then how is it gonna cause conflict? We don't have some liberal and super conservative sitting right next to each other. No, sir. We are all the same. We all vote the same. We all believe the same beliefs. I think that in American society, we're so hell-bent on it, the holidays being kind of crazy. We're just so used to that idea. We see it in movies, we see it in social media, we see it in our magazines, our newspapers. It's surrounding us, that it's this idea that there's always conflict during the holidays. And so because we're so focused on not creating conflict, there always happens to be conflict in my family at the dinner table at holidays. We're only sitting there for 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe. How is there conflict? And it's always over the silliest things. And I'll just sit there and laugh because I'm always pretty middle of the road between the family gatherings. And I always just kind of ignore what's ever happening and sit with the cousins that I like. And I'm hee hee hee, I'm so happy to be here. This is great. But it's so silly how we can turn holidays into nonsense. So these are my tips to first bring it around, reality check that, and then kind of de-stress, detox, get through. First tip, remember that it's not about you. Sometimes when people say things, especially in family situations, what they have to say is not about you. It's about themselves that they project onto you. So a lot of people's big thing is being asked about their job or their relationship during the holidays. So when people are oh, you don't have a job yet, then you're oh my God, no, I don't have a job yet. And you take it so much to heart when really maybe that family member just lost their job and they haven't been able to tell you. Or maybe they're criticizing you for following your passion because they didn't. We have to take everything that we hear, especially from people who are closest to us, with a grain of salt, because what people say is based on their own experiences. How people act is based on their own experiences. So a lot of times we just gotta brush things off our shoulders. And I know it takes a lot of courage to do that and a lot of strength, especially for the ones that hit home. And that goes on to my second point. That a lot of comments that maybe get passed around during the holidays are a reflection of your internal situation. So if you are upset that you're not with somebody, if you're upset that you aren't in a relationship, and you get that ask like, oh, so you don't have a boyfriend yet, that's gonna be like a dagger to the heart because it's something that you already are stressing about, something that's already on your mind. So like if somebody's like, wow, you're a giant and you're 5'2", you're gonna be like, what? What did you just say? Like, it's not even gonna register that somebody was like trying to be mean to you because it doesn't even apply to you. But if you're 6'7" and you've always felt uncomfortable and somebody's like, oh, you're a giant, like maybe that's gonna hurt you. You know, what hurts us is always a reflection of our internal balance. And I know that's so hard to say, and even to myself, like sometimes my parents will say something, I'm like, how dare you say that? And then I'm like, oh, it's because I feel self-conscious about that in myself. And they don't mean it in a mean way. And I heard in that TED Talk, going back to that tall, short theory, about when something bothers you, it's because it strikes a chord in you. And I was like, getting so annoyed at my dad, I think, for taking too long to talk or talking super loudly at something. And I started to recognize that that's part of my personality. Like, I sometimes talk too much and I sometimes talk too loudly. And I realized that that was something I was upset with myself about and that I was projecting onto him. And I think that's kind of even scarier to kind of sit back and realize that, ooh, maybe it's something that we don't like in ourselves, that we see in them, especially our parents, because our parents, as much as we don't want to admit it, we're so much like them. And every day I'm realizing something else that I do because my parents do it. Or when I go see my grandma in the Dominican, I'm like, oh my God, my mom's like that because my grandma's like that. I think that's what's hardest with family, because we all have a few different traits or a few different personality things that we kind of all share, sometimes bother us about ourselves. And I think those are like the two hardest and strongest kind of like tips and points to like really do some self-reflection during the holidays. If some person is getting all up in your grill about something, take a step back, take a deep breath and say, why does that affect me so much? And you might be able to learn a lot about yourself in those moments. Offer better topics, offer better ideas. Everyone's around the fire gossiping and you feel uncomfortable? Bring out a deck of cards, play some games. I have so much fun when I play board games or card games with my family. I think it's so underrated. But it always diffuses the tension, well, usually, unless it's Monopoly. Don't be silly, don't pick Monopoly. But we always kind of like, you focus your attention on something productive. You focus your attention and your energy on something that's creating something or enjoying time, and like, just, picture everyone enjoying it. A lot of like self-believing that everything is gonna be okay is like going to be a huge step in the right direction. And again, like, I can't sit through your family gatherings, but we just gotta be thankful for what we have and try to work with it, not against it. Best thing I've ever heard in my life, what you resist persists. If you resist your family, if you resist everything around you, it's gonna keep coming back to you. Families can be the ones who are there with you thick and thin. Some of you, maybe this isn't genetic. Like, maybe your family is your friends. But trust me, there's always gonna be conflict with other human beings. We have conflicts with ourselves. That's why we can't spend too much time by ourselves. Sit with ourselves for 40 years because we go crazy. It's what happens. Solitary confinement. There's studies. Like, we all need each other. Not everything is gonna be conflict-free. It's how you work through those conflicts and how you remember what's important at the end of the day. Tip number 4, diffuse the situation. And I don't mean by getting involved, I mean by diffusing yourself. And I'm not part of your family. I don't know. It could be something more serious. I understand that some people have alcoholics in their families, some people have drug addicts, and that's a lot harder to deal with. And that's a very different conversation. And so if that is your situation and your reality, just remember to take as many deep breaths as possible. Remember that it's only a few hours, and remember that time is irreplaceable. Try to picture the best moments that you've had with that cousin, that sibling, that aunt, that uncle, and kind of focus on the love that you've had for them in those good moments, and try to bring that out. And when we focus on those good things, sometimes we can just have a more peaceful holiday. 5 is more of like an after tip, but treat yourself afterwards. A detox afterwards. Whatever that means to you. Take a spa day, go for a run, go work out. Do something that detoxes the whole situation, and try during that detox to remember the best parts. Oh my God, the mashed potatoes, so good. I can't believe my dog and my boyfriend got along so well. They're so cute. Wow, I can't believe that Aunt Mary noticed my new dress. I know, I was super cute. Take the best out of the situation and kind of like remember that. Try to like, let go. Again, for my letting go video, I know. Like let go of anything that happened that you weren't a big fan of, and just like live with what you got. Be happy, be content with what you have, because I'm sure that there is somebody else somewhere else wishing that they had exactly what you have. Whether you see it or not, I would bet my life savings on it. It's not a lot, let me tell you, but guys, that's basically kind of my 5 tips for getting through the holiday season. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I am kind of so exciting news. Getting my stuff together now that it's like almost Thanksgiving for Vlogmas. I know this is my first year on YouTube, but I'm super excited. It's something that I really want to do. If you aren't familiar with Vlogmas, it's when you post every single day leading up until like the day of Christmas. I'm kind of playing with whether I want it to go until New Year's or just like the 25th of December. But I will start on the 1st, and I'd love to know what kind of videos you guys are a big fan of. Are you a bigger fan of me kind of talking through with you? Are you a bigger fan of like my candy contest video, and decorating? What are you guys big fans of, that I can kind of know what to plan for in December? Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Have a fantastic holiday. At least be happy that you have work off, and if you don't, because I've had Thanksgivings where I've had to work all day, just, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. We'll get through. It wasn't all bad. I got a lot of snacks from my work, so that was fun. I was a big fan. Snacks were good. You got fruit snacks? They gave us Red Bull. I don't drink Red Bull, but it was good. Take a moment, whatever it is that you have going on this week, be thankful for the good things in your life. See you guys next time. Bye!